Hey guys, Gozier Plus back to our more tier days, and this is my final college football game review of the week. I would have done LSU versus Clemson too, but I didn't pay enough attention to that game to really give a review. Unlike that though, even though Notre Dame and Miami was equally late, I did pay quite a lot of attention to this game for pretty much one specific reason. Carson Beck, the former Georgia quarterback, transferred to Miami after committing to the draft and then switching. I don't really care about that. If I wanted to talk about that, we've done it a long time ago. But Carson Beck and the Miami Hurricanes played, what's his name, Cook or something? No, Carr and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Also have like a new logo or something. I mean, I don't really care about their logo. Or at least they updated it. I'm not sure if they're using that as one of their official logos or not. But Miami won 27-24 in a pretty good game. Miami was in control for most of it, so I'm not. I mean, it was close, but Miami really always had the upper hand because even when Notre Dame tied it up, Miami just gets the ball back and kicks a field goal, take the lead, and they gave Notre Dame like a minute and 11 or something, maybe a minute. It was like a minute and 4 seconds to drive down the field. Notre Dame couldn't do that, so despite the fact that Notre Dame came back from a 10-point deficit in the fourth quarter, they couldn't do enough. Now, this is a fine game. I like this. If both teams are scoring 20 points, you should have enough offense to keep you entertained for the whole game. And, I mean, the QBs, they did fine. Carson Beck threw 20 of 31 and two touchdowns. The Carson Beck situation is interesting because not only is he supposed to be one of the best QBs in the college football world. But Miami with Carson Beck, as I heard, was supposed to be an insanely good offense. Because apparently some Miami fans think he's better than Cam Ward. I wouldn't say that. I don't know. I don't think Beck has that it factor that Cam Ward had last year. But their offensive line seems really improved from last year. So I mean, I'm just gonna say it. If Cam Ward had this Miami offensive line, I think Miami's going to the playoffs. But Beck obviously works better when he's not under pressure, and we saw that yesterday, where he was really accurate for the most part. Some of his deep passes were overshot, just like last year. But that's just going to happen with college quarterbacks, and sometimes NFL quarterbacks. You're just going to miss a lot of deep balls. But for the most part, Beck was very accurate. The Notre Dame QB Carr was, I mean, one of his interceptions was Miami or his only interception was Miami jumping a screen, tipping it up in the air, and it being caught. It wasn't really his fault. It's just Notre Dame loves screens, and Miami obviously saw it coming. He was fine. He didn't change the game really in any way, besides like in the fourth quarter, where for some reason he just decided to lock in. I was like, good God, because he was really fighting for them at the end, but then their final drive came and it just didn't go well. So they could, I mean, dude, having no timeouts and then they got a 10-second runoff because he decided to throw the ball with, like, I don't know what he was thinking really. It just everything went in the flames in that final drive. And I think Miami's the better team. I don't think this was a fluky win. I know they were on the road, Notre Dame, but I mean, I think Miami just played better football and they won the game because of that. I mean, everyone's been hyping up Jeremiah Love. He didn't do anything special today. You usually think Miami equals bad defense equals Jeremiah Love should absolutely destroy them. But did he even have the most carries? I'm not sure. But Price had the most rushing yards for Notre Dame, 45. Well, Fletcher for Miami was decent. No receivers going over 100 yards today. I don't think a single. I think one receiver out of the games I've watched so far has gone over 100 yards. Two. I think it's been two. But there was a few more sacks in this game. Metador had a sack and a half. Stroman for Notre Dame had nine total tackles. It was actually pretty equal in yards, but you see the difference right here. Two turnovers to none. If you ever get to see a box score early and see two turnovers on one team, zero for another, you can usually guess which team won. There's a few penalties on both sides. Notre Dame was actually more efficient on third down, but it didn't really matter at the end of the day. Miami still converted more, and they controlled most of the time of possession. But yeah, Miami, it was a strong win. I don't think this is like a, oh man, this means Miami's definitely one of the best teams in college football. They're probably going to win their conference. Well, I still think there's a good chance, especially with Clemson struggling against LSU. This is just a strong resume win. They didn't have to destroy Notre Dame to prove a point. They just had to beat them at home, and that's what they did. Yeah, here's Jeremiah Love. He had less carries than his quarterback. I don't even know if those count though. He had 10 for 33. Wasn't anything special. And I mean, Notre Dame played fine. I think they played a good enough game to beat most teams. But in week one, playing against Miami, you're going to have to play better than that. But again, Carson Beck had a fine game. He did good enough to win. I'm not going to say he was a manager because he did have some really good throws. But he was saved by a really great catch by C.J. Daniels. I think he's a former LSU Tiger. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, all I have to say is it was a good win for Miami. I don't think this loss hurts Notre Dame too much. They lost by three on the road. They have an easy schedule. They could easily just go 11-1 and make the playoffs. But this helps Miami more than it hurts Notre Dame. And I'm kind of worried because if Beck improves over the course of this season and becomes someone who's actually effectively making this offense better, along with the very much improved Miami defense, we could see the ACC championship be in Miami's hands and them being 12-0 so easily. But that's I'm going to end this one. So, yeah, we got NFL coming up soon, so that's going to be fun. I'll see you guys then, though. And make sure to subscribe to this channel and go to Junior, which I'm about to finish up Titans franchise. Stay tuned.